has been discovered. But again, this time around, instead of finding the living body, his skeletons have been discovered in a swamp somewhere in the Johnsonville area. I repeat, the conversation is going to get deeper with too many of the mysterious deaths across the country. Imagine we are told he's Ed Brown. Brown went missing somewhere in December of 2024. His skeleton's bones have been discovered. This is the Liberia we have. Information coming in from River G County says a Liberian was able to hang himself. What's the cause of death? We do not know. We have the pictures in our possession. I don't know what's going to happen during the course of the weekend. Joint security forces were roaming the streets of Monrovia, and of course, a Liberian motorcyclist was brutalized. His bag taken from him. He was forced to the ground, leading to some severe injuries on his face. This is bringing to mind as to whether the security officers are really in line with what their law is and what they should be doing for the people. Motorade, a United partisan, is accusing officials of his government for being the reason why his wife is leaving him. I repeat, a United partisan has accused officials of his government of having something to do with his wife. Yeah, he made it clear. He did not hide it. He said key United partisans of their party are the ones behind a woman. They're the ones behind a woman, and he's suspecting too many things. He attempted to call their names, but did not do so. But again, these are all critical issues in the country. The Finance Minister, Honorable Augustine Kpehi Kafwan, has informed the Liberian people that USA's decision to cut some assistance to Liberia will certainly affect the Liberian government and the people of Liberia at around somewhere close to $51 million will be a particular amount that the Liberian government will start to look somewhere else for. What is it? Do we expect a recast budget very soon with the situation of USAID pulling back all of our assistance to Liberia? Too many things happening in the country. A lot of issues going on. Moderate. Stanton Witherspoon of Spoon Communications Network has asked President Bouaka to apologize to President George Manaweya. I repeat, according to the information as was presented by Witherspoon, he said President Joe Yuma Bouaka was able to spend more than what was allotted. I beg your pardon. Witherspoon told the Liberian people that President Joe Yuma Bouaka was able to spend more than what was appropriated in his budget. Yeah, what was appropriated is far less than what he actually spent in the 2024 budget for traveling. And so what that means is that President Bouaka spent more money on traveling in 2024 than what they placed there for him. It's like they give you $10 to you for copy and you spend $35. Stanton is asking President Bouaka to apologize to President George Weah because, according to him, these are things that they criticized during the 2023 elections, especially when they were bad-mouthing the former president. All of these, plus many other national conversations, including the removal from the streets of those of our people who we call the Camboys. Camboys are no longer allowed to sell on the sidewalk. The motorcyclists have been banned from participating in the economy to a certain extent, with some serious restriction being imposed, and not riding from ERW Junction all the way to Freeport of Monrovia. in other parts of the country. So all of these, plus many other issues, will form the basis of today's presentation right here on The Conversation. Not too strong, not too well, but we are back to do the Liberian people's job right here on your radio. Now, in between time, those of you who are in the business of playing cash giveaway on this radio station, the choice is yours to continue from where DJ Hero stopped. You can also play using the star 799 star 11 hatch. If you lock it enough today, you're going to walk away with 4,000 Liberian dollars as a pocket change, just in case you are successful enough. So during the course of the program, we will pause and call those of you who will be winning right here on The Conversation. My name is Kai. I'll be here up to 6 o'clock today with all of what we just listed forming part of the conversation. Let's take a break. When we come back, we bring you Crime Stoppers Liberia. After which, the conversation begins here on 87.9.
Liberia, on the center to interior. Let's stop in ground for all our the people bringing safety to your door. Stopping ground and make it peace for them before. Stop Liberia, on the center to interior. Keep it safe. Let's stop in ground for all our
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stop, Liberia, on the center to interior. Crime Stop, keep it safe. Let's stop it crime for all our Crime Stop.
Sam Sion. Sam Sion. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Interestingly, Alexa is not going to be here today, but we're hoping that she'll be here on tomorrow for the continuation of the People's program on 87.9. There are 2 million things happening in the country, so the first thing is, we want to say hats up to all of you, our people. Hats up to all of you. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing in the country. And there is a need that we continue to talk about these issues. These issues are very critical to the nation. These issues are very, very, very essential to the forward march of our country. And so, yes, I will endeavor at all length to bring you all of the information you need in this country. Especially those issues that are trending, everything that we need to do. We will do everything in our power. So the first news that we have, very, very tragic news that we have in the country. Okay, the first that we have is this story that was published by Vision TV. Okay, so Vision TV is reporting, and I'm going to read this. It says the skeleton of Sam Brown, a 44-year-old resident of Kankanstown in the Johnsonville settlement, has been discovered. Mr. Brown, who went missing from his residence in December 2024, was found in a swamp located behind Kankanstown. Despite extensive efforts by family members and community dwellers to locate Mr. Brown after his disappearance, he remained missing until today. Unfortunately, his dead body was discovered in an advanced state of decomposition. Identification was only made through the clothing he was last seen wearing. Due to the condition of the remains, the family has made the difficult decision to proceed with immediate burial. Immediate burial. And so, for those of you who are watching, we will not show you the image of the skeletons, but this is the man who went missing, has been published by Vision TV. This is the man who went missing. Yes, he went missing in December of 2024. And interestingly, on today, according to the information from Vision TV, this 44-year-old man, a skeleton, was discovered. That's how pathetic it is for the family. That is how how it is. And I mean, I cannot show this to the public. People are saying I should show it. I cannot show it. I mean, it is a graphic content that I don't want to show. I just don't want to show it. It is graphic in nature, and so we're not gonna do stuff. Okay, so yes, so it is a very, 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 very graphic situation. It is a graphic situation. I'm not going to show you all of it, but I mean, that's a skeleton right there. I'm not going to show you all of it. But that's it. That's a skeleton right there. And this is very, very, very appalling. Yeah, I mean, just for a minute, this is very appalling. This is very appalling. And so after he went missing for that couple of time, he was discovered. I mean, his skeleton was discovered today in that part of the area. That is how tragic the situation is. That is how pathetic it is. And I mean, we cannot say more than what we already know. Please remain very, very, very careful in this country. Remain very, very careful, regardless of whatever the case is. Do everything possible when you're going to a strange environment in this country. Do everything possible to tell somebody. Let somebody know where you're going. Your relatives should be in the know of your whereabouts. You go to your boyfriend, tell the people. You go to your girlfriend, wherever you go to, tell somebody. Somebody should tell somebody. Let somebody know where you are, because the slightest mistake, something terrible and fatal could be the order of the day. And so this is very heart aching. I mean, it is very, very frustrating on the part of the family. Imagine your relative is missing, went missing since December, and you are discovering, only to make up the clothes on him, and the rest of it is skeleton. Come on, this is very, very. Look, I mean, it is heart aching. It is very sorrowful that we're saying Liberia, and I just wish that his soul will rest in peace. And God Almighty will console the family. But this is what we're encountering at the moment. We're in troubling times. It is very, very difficult. We're in troubling times. It's very difficult. You no longer have the surety of being protected in this country. There is brutality on the increase in the country. Just recently, a motorcyclist was brutalized, not by hooligans, but by men and women of the joint security, the police, to be specific. I mean, that's not what you want to find in a country that is pushing for how you call this thing. That is not what you want in a country where the people say tourism, is what they say tourism is and how you call this thing, what they say tourism is a priority. You don't want to have these things going on in the country. You are having police brutality on the increase. especially in a country where the president is saying he will want to have tourism, as a major source of revenue. As I mean, you want to make Liberia a tourist attraction country. No, you can't have it. Once the police, the security people are behaving unprofessionally, you cannot have people coming to this place. No, nobody want to come here. Nobody want to do so. Nobody want to do so. It is not going to be the situation. It is not. So yes, that is where we find it. Of recent, you find this situation. Look here, view it. I'm about to show it to you. This is what happened to a motorcyclist of recent. This is certainly what happened to a motorcyclist of recent, and it is very, very troubling. I want you to take your time and listen to it. Take your time.
It's about time the president needs to say something about what's going on now in this country. Today, they see something happen right at Kinshasa Railway Drive intersection. The police ran behind this guy and they pushed him to the ground until his face started bleeding, and they left with his bike. The president needs to say something before something else happens in this country. We beg you, Papa Bwaka, we beg you, they won't put you in a chair. We beg you, intervene. Say something. Our brothers are going hard to scatter. We need you to say something. We beg you. Say something, Papa. We beg you before things go all the way around. Because if these children try to retaliate on what's going on, it won't be good for our country. We beg you, we the common people, we don't want to put you in chair. We begging you now. We beg you, Papa. Say something. Don't sit down there and just leave everything like that. The police are doing what they are not supposed to do. We beg you, intervene on the behalf of our brothers.
All right. So my people, unfortunately, that portion of the video is not that clear, but it is so worrisome. It is very, very worrisome, and I am very, very, very concerned about it. Look, you want to remove the people from the street, that's it. If you don't want motorbike people to be operating in the country, that's a good thing. It is your government. That's what you want to do. But when people are caught violating, there are ways you can put it under control. You don't have to keep chasing these individuals to the point at which you're going to be causing injuries on them. Look at how this guy was brutalized. See how he was brutalized. See how he was beaten. Look at the whole face. I mean, the face is blooded up. And the girl had to do the voice over, so that the message can go to the president. You heard the girl, explaining how the president should intervene. Look, my people, regardless of whatever we think we are, regardless of whatever power we think we have, these are Liberian citizens. The motorcyclists are not. Almost 80% of the people riding motorbike, they're not riding motorbike because they want to be on bike. They're riding because the country is tough. People ain't got job. There is this issue of job opportunities. We don't have it. People see riding motorbike as one of the easier ways that they can sustain themselves and sustain their families. So in the absence of job creation, these people find solace in putting food on the table of their family people. Now you come to restrict them. Yeah, you said that's what your government want to do. Stop them from riding on the street, which is your government. That's what your government choose to do, regardless. So if you think they should not be on the street, good. If you find somebody violating, there should be a more conducive way to enforce your restriction order. There should be a more convincing way to enforce. I mean, a very, very conducive way, rather, to enforce your restriction order. But to go to the extent of brutalizing citizens because they are riding in a no-go zone. The country very lawless. I mean, you have a lawless country like this. Supreme Court issuing ruling on a particular case, the very executive branch of government, the Minister of Justice, is interpreting the wrong way. The other lawmakers are doing their own thing. People are lawless in the country. That common motorway man just pass from no-go zone to the other place. just to leave the no-go zone to come. Just to enter in the no-go zone. You won't care the people's son. That the only law you guys can enforce? Is it the only law you can enforce in this country? You sit down and watch the laws of our country being brutalized. You sit and allow an unconstitutional process to be endorsed by the president. You said nothing about it. It didn't make any sense to you at that moment. The common motive by people who suffering to find food for they and their family. They and the family. I mean, who does that? Who? Is it only because it is most? I mean, motorcyclists involved. That's when you want to act like you can enforce law. Do you know how many instructions the Supreme Court has issued in this country that this government was unable to implement? The Supreme Court said, "Don't touch any position holders." You still want to hear you sack them as a government. The Supreme Court said, all of the actions you guys are taking up Capitol Hill, in the joint chamber, in as much as you have quorum, but you do not have a speaker, all the things you're doing there, they are ultra vires. In the midst of it all, the executive went to work and acted on the attitude, on the decisions of those who the court already branded as lawbreakers. You break laws. You are not upholding the laws of the country. You are not respecting the very laws of the country. That motorway people you want to compel. And in your process of compelling them to follow whatever restriction, you won't kill the people children. Look at how you brutalize this guy. And our police officers who are doing these things, look, you guys are Liberians, regardless of whatever the case is. You are Liberians. You are Liberians. You should not be, I repeat, you should not allow these things to happen. If they give you these political instructions, you should understand that you are going to be implementing those political orders on citizens. Even when the political people tell you, you see one white man on the road, boss here with baton, you are an officer, you are a Liberian, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do it. There are other ways you can apprehend whoever violating your rules. I mean, somebody said, what better rule in the first place? What better rules? You have a situation in the country where a group of people take onto themselves the law. They take it onto themselves, the power of the Constitution. For them, they think they are the law. And no law in the country should cover them. The government is doing business of those people. And you sit here wanting to kill peaceful motorcyclists because of a no-go zone order. These are the same motorcyclists who were escorting President Bouaka and Vice President Jeremiah Cohen, including the very same that died alone today. These are the cyclists who were in the business of campaigning with them. They were transporting all of your green t-shirt partisans during the course of the election. They were in the business of doing so. Oh, you got power now. You got political power now. You got job. You got governmental power. You got money. You central bank in your possession. You're in charge of the military. You're in charge of the police. You're in charge of the ports. Everywhere you got power now. You got money now. You guys rich now. And those poor people, children, who you are not even finding jobs for, and you are suppressing their daily survivability. You're suppressing their lives. Yeah. You're suppressing their lives. You are suppressing them. That's what you're doing. You are. You're suppressing the children. What have they done to you? These same kids were passing around town campaigning with you. Whenever Dillon will want to leave 1603 Bonneville where he lives to come to town to do his campaign, they were always there. They were riding 4-4 on the motorbikes. 4-4 he won't be on the motorbike. No man during the elections. Oh yes, during the election, 10-10 on motorbike, green t-shirts. They were campaigning. Joey, I go retire with you. Do they want to sell all of the nasty things? They were vocal. They used their motorbikes to campaign. They used their motorbikes to bring you to power. If you cannot find a perfect way to tell them thank you, if you cannot find a better way to treat them, don't brutalize them. Don't brutalize the people. Oh, you don't got use for them anymore. I agree you don't have use for them anymore. But if you do not have use for somebody, respect the time that person was there. These are motorcyclists. And beyond that, do you know what you've done to the country? The decision you've taken to just allow the action of a few motorcyclists, the action of a few motorcyclists, you allow that action to be used as a reason for punishing the rest of the cyclists in the country. Do you know what you've done? That decision that you took. Do you know what you've done? Do you know what you've done? As we speak, go to Johnson Street. Go to Johnson Street as we speak. Go to Madonna Street. Go on Broad Street. Go to all of the places where you find bus stops, where taxis can pick up people. Go to those places and see Liberians in dire need of vehicles to go home, to go to where they're from. See Liberian students missing their 8 o'clock classes at the different universities because they cannot get to classes sooner, only because government just decided to take a blunt decision without thinking about the consequences. And in their desperation to enforce that decision that is not helping the citizenry of the country, they thought to brutalize Liberian citizens. Who are you representing? For whom are you in authority? The very people. The very people. What kind of no-go zone business you bring in the country? No-go zone, no-go zone, no-go zone. You got jobs for the young people? Do you have jobs for them? Oh, yes. There are some motorcyclists who are bad. There are some motorcyclists who allow their bikes to be used as a conduit for criminality. I agree. I'm not going to argue it. There are some motorbike riders who allow their bikes, who allow themselves to be used as conduits for crime. Those are the bad apples among the motorcyclists. There are also some drivers who can kidnap people. There are also some drivers who can do a lot of things. So should we ban cars from coming to Central Monrovia? Should we do that? Should we do that? You are law enforcement officers, when there is a violation of any kind in whatever situation, grab the perpetrators, identify them. You single them out. You single them out. But you choose to ban everybody now. That's your decision. But in the process of implementing that your decision, please do not brutalize the people, children. That was wrong. Look at how you blooded the man's face. Look at how you blooded the man's face. Look at the kind of difficulties Liberians are going through at the moment. Look at what they are going through. People walking here and there. As we speak, if you listen to the radio, go to Johnson Street, where you got Access Bank. Broad and Johnson Street, where people can find car to go to Broadville, to go to Bonneville, go all the other places. Go there. Go to McDonald Street, where people find car from Central Monrovia to go to Red Light and the rest of the Tottenham Boulevard area. Go to those places. See how Liberians are lined up, anticipating an empty vehicle that they will never even see. Only because somebody got drunk with power out of the sudden and decided to shut the whole country down. Regardless of how bad some of these motorcyclists are, they are an integral part of our society. They contribute immensely to the growth of this country. You want to do something very fast in the midst of traffic all over the place, the bike will take you quickly. The bike will take you quickly. Yes, there are some bad guys amongst them, which is something I will not argue. We cannot defend it. But that's why the law is there, to apprehend the bad ones. So you go about banning all doctors from practicing medicine because one doctor, true, he medical practice kill somebody. Will you do that? No, you can't do that. The police officer who killed the people child in Banja community, The police officer who took gun and shoot the people trying in Banjo, killed the little boy. Should the community people say no police will enter in our place again? Should the community people say from today onward no police should enter Banjo? Should they say that? Or no police should go to Banjo Beach? That's not how it is done. You weed out the bad apples from amongst the rest of the apples. That's how you clean the system. You don't throw all the apples away. Even when you want to throw all the apples away for whatever reason. Well, for whatever reason you want to throw all the apples away, in the process of doing so, do it with caution. That's why I keep telling those of you who are in the uniforms, you are Liberians. Some of you, your salary you're making, that peanuts. Police people, you making anything? Some of you, your brothers and sisters are in the houses where you, they're living in your homes, where you, they go around motorbike. Some of you police officers, that motorbike rider then can pour food to the wall. Before that, your pitiful 1 month salary comes, that your brother who ride motorbike can be providing rest and oil for you to be eating the horse until the 1 month can come to an end. Even when the politician tells you, go kill them. When you reach on the road, use your number 3. I mean, you guys are the security people. You know how you can call it. Use the other sense that they want to call common sense. Use it. Even when they say go boss the terrain, when you see them and say, hey, my man, it will tell you about the thing. Pound this out. Don't come here again. Or somewhere, somehow, there are ways you can implement the very rule without inflicting injuries on those people. I don't know why you guys are taking the country to be this way. But one thing that I'm suspecting here is the fact that this administration is exhibiting some level of insensitivity towards the suffering of the Liberian people. The country is suffering. No job in this country. The heaven you promised in 2023, up to this time, Liberians are still waiting. The price of rice has now reduced. Bag of rice price, instead of reducing from where you met it in 2024, you've increased it. It has now gone up. Basic goods and services going up on a daily basis. School fees are on the increase. House rent on a daily basis going up. The cost of living is rising. In the midst of it all, you are strangulating a particular segment of the Liberian society that is helping to reduce poverty. Those motorbike riders are contributing to their families. When you restrict them, you restrict their income. You stagnate them. You suppress them. You play on their daily bread. You have over 400,000 Liberians in this country, spread across the country, who are involved with motorbike operation. You think they want to be there? Some of them want to be ministers. Some of them want to be doctors. Some of them want to be nurses. These are good civil engineers. You look at so. These are scientists. These are serial architectural designers. Professional journalists. You see on motorbike. Musicians. And you can name it. Psychosocial therapists. These are people you find riding motorbike, not because they want to ride motorbike, but because that's the kind of country they find themselves. That's where they see themselves. You got one go zone, all day you're enforcing go zone, you're killing the people children in the process of enforcing go zone. Look at the last time in Slipway, you had to kill some motorcyclists because you say you're running behind people to leave the street. That motorcyclists alone you ever in this country to do law enforcement on? You said that the Supreme Court said they may not speak up. You still send budget to him to go work on it. You said to hell with the law. You will do what you want to do. That's what you did. To the point the Supreme Court got vexed and refused to attend the SONA. You didn't see that as a violation of the law. You didn't see that as a reason to say, hey, Richard Kun, we made a mistake. We violated the law. The law is not clear that we're not in line with what the Constitution says. You didn't say that. Instead, you gave more armed men. You gave more police escort. You gain the authority to go and bust into the office that is not his office. You violating the law on that side. You are violating the law on that side that motorbike man you able to go enforce law on. That's injustice. That is inequality. That is not what President Bouaga promised us. He did not promise injustice. He promised a country where justice will be the order of the day. Justice will be the order of the day. That is the country you promised. You don't promise a country where the law will be for one group and the law will be against one group. That's not what you said. Why are you suppressing these young people? They don't have it. If they had chance, they will not ride motorbikes. Are your children riding motorbikes? Those of you in government, are your children riding motorbikes? Justice Minister Oswald Ware, are your kids riding motorbikes? They are not. Because you had the opportunity to have sent them to good schools. You had the opportunity to have had some money to cater to them. Not all the family in this country got the opportunity to do so. Greg Como, if you have a kid or have children, your children are now riding motorbike, not because they don't want, I mean, the whatever, but because they had a foundation that was already laid for them. These young men and women who are on motorbike in this country, they are not there because that's what they wanted to do. None of them in elementary. If you go to their history, each and every one of them, none of them were ever asked in K1 why you won't be, and they say I won't be motorbike rider. No motorbike rider was asked in Kidongari. So when you grow up, what you want to be, and they say I won't be motorbike rider. Nobody in this country. Those are people who used to put their hand up. I want to be a nurse, doctor, engineer, scientist, pilot. I mean, those are jobs. Those are career paths they were trying to push. But because of the backwardness of this country, the bad governance we have had over the period, they involuntarily decided to jump into motorbike riding. You think they are happy? They reluctantly choose that path. Yes, there are bad people amongst them. There are bad people amongst them. I'm not gonna be blind about this conversation. There are terrible motorcyclists. But again, there are good motorcyclists in this country. Very good. They help people commute from one place to the other. They ease the burden associated with commuting from one place to the other. Now look at how people are confused in the city. Look at how people are walking all around the city like the crazy people. Go to Madonna Street, go to Broad Street, go over. You got the country operating like the war days. Go to Central Memorial, you see it. People walking around the place, just displaced people. People got money in their pocket. They cannot find vehicles to go home because the vehicles they are limited. The bikes were helping to ease the transportational cost. Nobody say you should not restrict or do your things you want to do, but you should be sensitive sometimes. You should take into consideration the impact, the negative impact your decision will have on the greater good of the country before you have the decision made. What kind of point you want to prove? That you are a government of law and order? Even law and order should understand that people are suffering. Nobody say you must leave the street to be vulnerable. If a bike rider is caught committing crime, he should be apprehended in accordance with the law. That's why you have police officers. If they cannot put those things under control, they should not be police in the first place. So you do not have any justifiable reason to brutalize people in the name of enforcing no-go zone stay order. No, you do not have that justification. You don't have it. You're suffering the people as we speak. I wish one of our cameras was posted right down on Johnson Street so that we can have a one studio. As I'm here, you'll be watching how Johnson Street is. People walking across the bridge because they do not have cars. No cars available. Bikes are not allowed to come to town. People walking. As we speak right now, people got money in their pocket. They're walking on Gabriel Tucker Johnson Bridge to go across. How you make decisions without thinking about the people? Who does that? How you take decisions without thinking about the people? The same way you look at people of Ministry of Transport, you sack them. You sack them, 200 plus of them. You sack them without thinking about which family they were catering to. You saw people on the payroll of the Ministry of State. Over 800 of them, you dismiss them without thinking about the implication. That is the highest level of insensitivity anybody can ever apply. Let's talk about a government. Look at the EPS. You took 400 plus human beings from the EPS. You just sent it home. Some of them, their guns with them. You told them to go home. The man had a gun with him. He didn't even go to turn it over. He was to yours. You told him, say he is dismissed. Some of them did not return to the EPS with their arms. They're living in the community with their arms. They're in the neighborhood with their guns. What kind of government will take decision without contemplating on the adverse reaction, on the impact it's going to have on the society? You dismiss people without considering anything. You're sacking people on a daily basis. You are emptying the government. You are violating every law in this country. And moreover, people you won't kill. Moreover, people that they don't want you able, that they don't want the law was made for. You got big people up there even respecting the law. That this money, the ordinary man you want Allah, you got law, or you came to govern motorcycle list. I ain't gonna say more on it, but this is appalling. This is appalling. For God in heaven's sake, these people, they help you in your campaign. They help you. But that's why it is. I'm not going to say further. Like I told you, there are too many things on our agenda on today, and we'll talk bit by bit on everything. Now, the Minister of Finance says something, and that will be the last conversation before we go to the phone lines. But before so, I want you to listen to what Stanton said a couple of days ago. There is an observation that has been made, and we are told that the office of the president spend more money just for traveling than what they place in the budget for foreign travels. When the budget is done, it is done in such a way that if we are supposed to buy one bag of water every day for 365 days that constitute the year, we calculate it and put it there and say for water we spend $2. For cane juice we spend $50. When the budget is passed, I don't care if you can drink cane juice like fish. $50 in the budget for cane juice is exactly what you will spend. You will not spend nothing more than $50. You can spend less. When you spend less, in some instances, economically, it will not be that problematic for the country. But when you spend more, it becomes a problem because the people say surplus, or better still, surpluses doesn't vitiate. When things plenty too much, it gets poor. You can get too much problem when things plenty. When things not okay, I think some people can get, then a problem. But when food plenty in the country, everybody got food to eat, food wasting. Although food not sort of waste, but at least the fact that food available, people getting it, okay. That's why people say, I mean, a multitude doesn't vitiate. Yeah, multitude doesn't vitiate. Surpluses doesn't vitiate. Where you have plentiful of things, you know, it's not that bad. So back to the situation. We've observed that President Bouhaka has spent more than what he's supposed to spend for travels. That is alarming. And the reason why every day we keep making these reminders is because our government, when they went to power, they told us that the man who was president first, President Weah, was not doing the country justice. He was traveling in private jet, and they were complaining that private jet he was flying, it was costing the country billions of dollars. That is what the Unity Party people told us in this country. Who did they use to propagate those messages? People like Stanton Witherspoon. All of their officials, their partisans, their propagandists went to the Liberian people and told them, Joe, we are using your money to be flying private jet. In flying private jet, why are you hungry? Today, just in year one, we have discovered that the office of the president, President Bouaka, has spent more than what was allotted. I mean, what was appropriated in his budget for travels. By the way, there is a difference between allotment and appropriation. There is a difference. What was appropriated in his budget, meaning what was placed there, is less. I mean, it's less than what he spent. It was not A.B. Gosden who said it. Austin Kawa did not say it. A rescue propagandist in Stanton Witherspoon, who is at the moment very, very disappointed in the way things are proceeding, took to his Facebook platform and decided to express his concern. He decided to express his concern, his frustration in this government, specifically the president, not for any other thing, but for doing the very things they criticize. Stanton is saying in this clip, and we'll soon play it for you to listen. He is asking President Bouaka to call President Weah and apologize. Why? He is saying President Bouaka should call President Weah to apologize because he, Stanton, and the rest of the people were made to criticize President Weah for nothing, because the same thing they criticize President Weah for is what President Bouaka is doing. So Stanton is saying President Bouaka should call President Weah and tell him, I'm sorry for what my beginner used to tell you the time we're in campaign, our campaign time, but I didn't know the harder thing sweet or the harder thing looking. I'm doing it more than you now. So sorry. That is what Stanton is asking President Bouaka to do. Take a time and listen. Those of you who are watching, watch it. Oh yes, watch it. Take a time.
Do you know that the president have overspent for this year 2024 on his traveling budget? Do you know that? So where the other money coming from now to pay for it? You're not allowed to talk, man. You don't do this to us. And we beg you, for the sake of God, y'all leave us alone. Let's do our Easy Fun show. We call on the senators to ask for the president travel budget. The president owed Joe Weah an apology. If President Bouaka continues to travel private jet, he should call President Weah and say, my son, I apologize for allowing Spoon Talk and the rest of the guys to blast you off. It was election time. I think the government is not being fair. This government, do you know that the president have overspent for this year 2024 on his traveling budget? Do you know that? So where the other money coming from now to pay for it? You're not allowed to talk, man. You don't do this to us. And we beg you, for the sake of God, y'all leave us alone. Let's do our Easy Fun show. We call on the senators to ask for the president travel budget. The president owed Joe Weah an apology. If President Bouaka continues to travel private jet, he should call President Weah and say, my son, I apologize for allowing Spoon Talk and the rest of the guys to blast you off. It was election time. I think the government is not being fair. This government, leave us alone. Let's do our Easy Fun show. Overspent for this year 2024. Do you know that the president have overspent for this year 2024? Do you know that the president have overspent for this year 2024? Do you know that the president have overspent for this year 2024? Do you know that the president have overspent for this year 2024 on his traveling budget? Do you know that the president have overspent for this year 2024 on his traveling budget? Do you know that the president have overspent for this year 2024 on his traveling budget? Do you know that the president have overspent for this year 2024 on his traveling budget? Do you know that? So where the other money come from now to pay for it? You're not allowed to talk, man. You don't do this to us. We beg you, for the sake of God, y'all leave us alone. Let's do our easy fact show. We call on the senators to ask for the president travel budget. The president owed Georgia an apology. If President Bouaka continued to travel private jet, he should call President Weah and say, my son, I apologize for allowing Spoon Talk and the rest of the guys to blast you off. It was election time. If President Bouaka continued to travel private jet, he should call President Weah and say, my son, I apologize for allowing Spoon Talk and the rest of the guys to blast you off. It was election time. If President Bouaka continued to travel private jet, he should call President Weah and say, my son, I apologize for allowing Spoon Talk and the rest of the guys to blast you off. It was election time. If President Bouaka continued to travel private jet, he should call President Weah and say, my son, I apologize for allowing Spoon Talk and the rest of the guys to blast you off. It was election time. If President Bouaka continued to travel private jet, he should call President Weah and say, my son, I apologize for allowing Spoon Talk and the rest of the guys to blast you off. It was election time. I think the government is not being fair. This government.
Okay. So, my dear, that is where we are. You see, we are getting tired with the country. And sooner or later, we'll just leave the country for everything will just be operating on your own. Yeah, some of us, we are close to that decision. Very soon, we'll just leave the country, you know, and whatever they want to do, you have to do it. Very soon, we'll make that decision. We'll sit and allow the country run the way they want to run. If we'll be doing radio, we'll do radio. Maybe we'll do different programs. We're not going to talk politics. Because it makes no sense that you keep telling grown-up people what they need to do, when in fact, what needs to be done is not in hearing. It's not something invincible. It is not. It is not. They know what to do. You know what you campaign on. You know what you told the people. That we are wasting the country money. He wasting the country money. He wasting the country money on private jet. You heard Stanton, you said President Bouaka should call. Hey man, tell him, say, my man. My man, sorry. For my man who used to be causing you during the election, sorry about it. But you see, this is just a good moment for people like me, Austin, AB, and the rest of the people who have been on the other side of the conversation during the elections. The action of this government, the actions of this government continue to prove us right. I thought they would have proved us wrong. I thought they would have done things differently. I thought they would have had some sense. Some sense of compassion, or better still, they will have some kind of feelings to understand that the country was in dire need of leadership. When Liberians went for President Bouaka, who told you the people who voted for President Bouaka, who told you they don't love President Joshua? They do. But because of the propaganda, because of what the Bouaka's propagandists told them, And that's why the whole country said, okay, but you know what? Let's try rescue. Let's try rescue. Let's try rescue. Even Senator Johnson peace to his anxious. Who told you Senator Johnson had anything personal with President Weah? But because rescue went to him and said all kinds of lies, said everything in this country, promised things that they would not do. And that's why we are holding you accountable. That's why we are holding you up to the standard that you set. How you put? I mean, those of you in the president's office, you sit down, you allow the man spend more than what was appropriated in the budget for his foreign travel. How do you do that now, sir? How do you do that, my dear people? Your government was never supposed to be wasteful. Your government was never supposed to be corrupt. To spend more than what was given to you in the budget is an act of corruption. The office staff to the president should be held liable. Oh, he himself should be asking people, well, you know, we not travel plenty of time. What is it? What is it from the chief of staff in the office of the president should be informing the president on the day-to-day activities of his office and that of what the budget is in line with. For the president to spend outside the budget, off budget, come on. That's a technical problem. It is contrary to what you told us during the campaign. And when we say it, oh yes, you label us. But the truth of the matter is, the country is suffering right now. And as we speak, people sitting down in the buses when they're sweating up. The buses overcrowded because people got to stand. The seat not plenty, people got to stand. Oh, other people sweat the whole day. Some boy take about 4 days. They enter the bus, other y'all sweating together because people standing over you. Buses, people just don't sit down. Nobody don't stand, but people got to stand because they move all the motorbike on the road. So everything just head us scatter. Things you promised that you would do, you're not doing it. Stanton is angry. He said, hey, we need to apologize to the man. You made us cause that man free. You made us cause this man free. How we know that you were coming to ride private jet more than John Weah? We're not going to vote for you. So you got to apologize to him. That's what Stanton said. I'm not the one who said it. I did not say so. Stanton said it. His voice is here on tape, on record. In 2024, he made this statement.
John, we are an apology. If President Mbaka continued to travel private jet, he should call President Weah and say, my son, I apologize for allowing Spoon Talk and the rest of the guys to blast you off. It was election time. Do you know that the president have overspent for this year, 2024, on his traveling budget? Do you know that?
Okay. So Stanton is asking you, do you know that? Because the budget outturn show it. The budget outturn show clearly how the president travel was covered. And in all fairness, more than what was appropriated was spent. Now, I say this to you, my people. All these things you see happening, interestingly, you said it's no longer supporting people around the world like before. But all of what you see happening, these are things that can stop country from progressing. So let me tell you something. When we have an election in this country and you find where people coming, who they say the observer, the other union, the other group, or the other organization, when they come, they take their pen and paper and jot down information on what political parties promise the people. Then they do compilation, they compile it and say, okay, during our observation mission in Liberia, we were able to observe that the Unity Party told the Liberian people that President Weah was spending too much money on foreign travels on private jet. That if they were given power as a ruling party, their government would not spend money on private jet. The Pope got it on the record. Oh yes, during the elections in 2023, the Unity Party said if they had come to power, they would cancel salary harmonization because President Weah was bad to harmonize salary. So yes, at least we can hold them accountable for canceling. Salary harmonization. Oh yes, President Baka told the people on the closing argument and how you call this other one, a class reload that show that he will ensure that rice price will come down. Oh yes, we will hold them accountable for this one because the things you say during election time are things people hold you by. The things you ain't say, they can hold you by it because they don't know what's in your mind. They hold you accountable based on what you tell them. And that's why you and them can go into indirect social contract. When you talk, the man listen to you and go vote. That contract. The man is going to vote not because you fun or because you ugly or you handsome or you bright or you bleaching. He's going to vote because of what you told him. You told him your salary is cut. Joe, we are cut the salary. When I come back, I'll carry your salary back to where Ellen Johnson used to pay. The man are looking at your fan face. He's listening to you and thinking about what you're telling him. And that which you're saying to him is what will trigger his decision to go and vote. That's how these things are done, my people. So when you come and say riding private jet is expensive for the country, rather than we are wasting the country money, and you come, you overdo it. Now what's Stanton saying? Pape, let's call the man to beg the man because you wrong him. I don't want to mention all the other promises that are not, that we don't even see the possibility of being fulfilled. I don't want to mention them. But all in all, lawlessness, mysterious disappearance, people dying, this one happening, police brutality, all these things can make investment to come. The investments that we crave, the investors will not even bring those investments to our country. We want to have a lot of investment in the agricultural sector, investment in the investors who are the custodians of those investments that we are anticipating will not come to a country where lawlessness is the order of the day. Police brutality on the increase. They don't want to come to such a country. They want to come to a country where there is going to be fairness, justice, not injustice. Not the law being for one group of people, then it is against the others. No, that's not the kind of country they want to come to invest in. I'll go to this last conversation, then we go to the phone lines. I don't want to say more today. Like I told you, I'm not 100% fit, but we had to come to do the people show. Now I want you to listen to this. And this is in line. So the statement that was made by the Minister of Finance, Minister Augustine Gafuan. So Gafuan said about 51 plus million US dollars combined that you said you should spend on us as a country through elections, health, education, there's different things. He is saying we are no longer going to have that amount. And that's true. You said cut their aid across the world. Worldwide, they cut their aid, they cut their support. The Federal Minister is cautioning the citizens indirectly to tell them that brace yourself for some difficult times ahead. As a professional person, I think he's doing the right thing to caution the citizens ahead of troubling times. I think he's doing the right thing. But politically, from a political perspective, this government should do everything possible to ensure that drugs will be in our hospitals, that our schools will remain open, that healthcare delivery in this country will not be interrupted because of USAID. This government should do it. You know why? Because they made it appear like they are magicians. They made it appear like they are superhumans when they were not in power. And I'll give you references. I'll give you serious references to what I'm saying. That's what it did. That's what it did. The guys made it appear like they were superhumans. In 2020, not even 2020, in 2018, when President Weah took over this country, in less than 3 months, All Mill called him to Pan African Plaza opposite City Hall. It is being referred to today as the One UN House. They called President Weah and told him, my man, we have been in this country since 2005. 2015 made us 10 years in this country. "2017 will be making us 12 years in this country. Then we push it up to 2004, 2003. So instead of 12 years, when you add 2004, it becomes 13, 2003, it becomes 14. So technically, we've been in this country for 14 years. Then if we say 2018, then I mean we're here for 15 years. So technically, All Mill told President Weah that we've been in this country for 15 years, helping to put fuel in a political car to go run behind Araba in the net, helping to grade out the road from the other place to the other place, helping to do this, helping to do that, helping to do all the other ones, including job creation in the private sector. For 15 years, we've been able to do that. But Mr. President, we are telling you today that we are leaving your country. All Mill is shutting down. That was a decision very tough for the former government to accept. President Weah just became president and All Mill said they're going. Imagine how much All Mill was pumping in this country. Serious amount of money. Because whenever there is an active UN mission anywhere around the world, that mission is being accompanied by different humanitarian operations. So you find Oxfam Worldwide, Medicine du Monde, Medicine Sans Frontières, OSIWA, different groups, because their scope of operation would normally complement the UN mission. So at that level, it became a difficult thing for the Liberian government. President Weah, Sama Tuaden, they were concerned. What then do we do? A good portion of the budget that the Justice Ministry used to operate in came from the UN. They were supportive. Things that the government needed to have done, the government sort of be underwriting, they were underwriting it. UN was in charge. And so now that they are going, we are going to hit bottom pit. It's going to be tough. And that's how the government thought to institute their harmonization thing, the salary harmonization, and they were able to stabilize the economy, which was blown out of proportion. People started complaining, oh, you harmonize my salary, I harmonize a vote. They say all kind of things about it. But yet and still, it was able to stabilize the country, and President Weah was able to give free tuition to public university, free wise, to students taking the examination in 12th grade, free poor housing unit to different people around the country, many recreational facilities built across the place, Bapolu Hospital there, the Emirate, the one in Cestos, the one under construction in Grange there, and other places you find road going towards Lofa, the Johnsonville, all the other projects. President Weah want to do those things in this country in 6 years with limited resources. Yet, they were not good enough to keep him in power for the second term. Thanks to politics, thanks to deceitful propaganda, and it happened. Now, fast forward from 2018, in 2020, 2 years after his government was hit with COVID-19. And you and I know what COVID-19 did. It shut down the entire earth. Airplane were not coming to Liberia. Besides airplane, I was bringing vaccine. Trial vaccine. Only the airplane that were bringing trial vaccine to our country were coming to Liberia. The whole earth was grounded. There was total lockdown in the country. I'm giving you a flashback of the difficulties the Weah administration faced. And I'm also going to be telling you why this United Party government and no other book should not try us in this country. They should not try it. Because we expect them to do it better. We expect them to do it better. So 2018 Ome left 2 years after COVID-19 struck our country. 2 years after COVID-19 hit our country. Businesses were closed down. Businesses were no longer generating resources. The government was stagnated. Government could not generate resources. What did President Weah do? Did he sack people? No. I hear some people in the rescue government saying, oh, there will be need for all to resize the government. You know, there will be job loss. Y'all don't sack anybody in the country. I'm being clear with it. You don't sack anybody in the country. Don't dismiss any more soul in this country. You guys are educated. You got to solve that problem. In the midst of COVID, George Weah did not sack anybody. Instead, people were laying down to their houses, drinking Ame Beta and Moringa, and they were being paid every month. Every month. Oh, yes. Ask the civil servants who are doing Hamana Masari, Hamana vote. They were sitting home in this country for almost a year. For almost a year. You know what I mean? You wake up, you sit now, you're getting fat, more, and you get a salary. You go right to the bank, you come out home, you buy a liquor, put your LEC meter on, everything you on, you enjoying. We are going to work. People were not going to work, but they were being paid. I hear say because you say one, you say cut their support. So some ministry, they come and sack some people, they come and lay some people off, they come in to reduce. No. Don't do it. Don't sack anybody in this country. Don't reduce anybody pay. Don't cut down costs. I hear them say, oh, striker is expensive. We got to cut down striker. We got to cut down the one. Don't do it. When President Weah called the legislature and said, look, gentlemen, we are making a lot of money in this country. Let's cut down our pay. When lawmakers' salaries left $15,000 and came to a pitiful $7,000 is not pitiful. But imagine they were making up to $15,000. The representative salary came down to $7,000 plus. Then when you put a small LD and other thing in there, maybe you'll go to 10, 11. But before Weah could become president, their salary was around $15,000 US. Everything combined, you put it there. That's what they were making. Right now, when you put all the other thing in there, you go around 11,000 like that. It's still high. But President Weah was able to encourage them to drop a few thousands from their initial money they were making. When those things were going on, our baby brother in power today, our uncle then, they book men who know book in this country. They were parading the social space in this country, the media. Jawia is bringing dishonor to the work environment. He's making people. I mean, he's not honoring credential. I know how they used to talk that the foolishness. Come on, I mean, let me think. Some kind of way they used to say, "Hey man, no decency to work side." Yeah, I mean, he's not bringing decency to the job side. All of the filial they used to say. Those were austerity measures being taken by that government. So look, let's cut down waste. Assistant minister then used to make $2,000, $3,000 US. If an assistant minister employs a driver, he can decide the driver make $900, $800. The other man can decide the driver make $200. Harmonization came into place. You know why he was doing so? He was doing so because Ome had already left. So he was doing so that the country little resources can be able to cover her expenditure in the absence of Ome. These guys in power did not take that into consideration. They blew it out of proportion. Oh, they may cut your salary. Oh, they don't anyone, yeah. When we're in power, you are paying your plenty money. He call your pay. That's what they're preaching. That's what they preach. That's what they sold to the electorates. And that's what made them come back to power. Good, you are in power now. You're in power now. Common $51 million you say they don't give into the budget again. But that means I put red flag or Oh, there could be job cut. I say hearing some of them all in the corridor. There could be job cut in the coming days. Incentive. Come on, I got some kind of document. I'll read it tomorrow by the grace of God. Why they say they're coming cost striker? The other one, don't cost striker. Don't cut it. You went to the elections. You told them that you will restore the country to where Ellen used to do it. Even Ellen Johnson said, you have made her president in 2018. She was never going to pay using that same payroll. The payroll she used from 2011 all the way to 2017, she would, I mean, from 2005 to 2017, she would not have used that payroll. She would have reduced it. You knew that the reduction in salary, you knew that the harmonization and other austerity measures undertaken by the Williams administration, you knew that they were appropriate for economic stability in this country. But because of politics, you guys went all around the corridors and you made it appear like we was a devil, bukume, to the people, to the civil servants. You played that political rhetorics. Today, USAID is cutting her aid to Liberia. Less than $100 million. USAID said we're not pumping it. You're panicking. Oh, there'll be job cut. You ain't cutting no damn job in the country. Nobody cutting job. You ain't sacking anybody. All mill left. They've been talking for austerity measure. In 2020, COVID came. He didn't say anybody whom. He said, okay, listen. Nobody got to lose a job because we got COVID. Let's study it. In a 1 year, yeah. Let's pay people. Sit down, observe the health practices, the preventive measures. We pay you. People sat down home. They were drinking beer, stout, Guinness. Doing plenty of water all in the community. That's what they were doing. It didn't bother their income. They still have people used to be sneaking on in the net to go to the smaller club there in the net, community clubs. You guys know what I'm talking about. Almost after 2-3 houses in the community, some kind of house there in the living room, that club. The woman just get a cooler, the ice on it, they think cold. You're sitting down in the play, no music. You're just sitting down doing. And we used to call that one way keeping clapping. People were taking pay COVID-19 time. Oh yes, there was an international crisis. Even more than what you said is. Because you're talking about no airplane coming in the country. Ship not coming to breathe. No vessels, people not traveling. Companies shut down. They're not operating, they're not generating additional tax, additional revenue for the government. Under that arrangement, George Weah, the man who was considered not educated, not governmentally wise, not sophisticated enough, kept people on the payroll and paid them every single day. They were laying down to their houses doing nothing. Every single day they were doing nothing. He paid them. This government talking, you hearing people in the corner. Oh no. Hey, we gotta cut and pay. We gotta cut down. Don't cut it. You promised them that you will pay more than what that the salary what government will pay, what we are paying. That the incentive job we were giving still enterprise and other people. That's why you won't cut. I thought these incentives were so small. So you guys started making statements how the man is doing stuff to your living standard. He had reduced the purchasing power. The same purchasing power where he reduced. That's why you won't reduce again. Oh, the man, y'all also be making $80. The man can give you $40. When we come out, we'll carry out to $80. You come out and you say, no, my people, they waiting looking. I beg you, me carry out to $30. Come on. Are you kidding? You want to? Oh, there'll be job loss. You lost no job. Nobody will lose a job in the place. When you want to do it, no problem. I mean, we already know it to be a lawless government. Move the people on the payroll, sack who you want to sack. But it will only expose one thing. And what will be exposed is your deception, your lies. And that's why they say you can lie to the guy to do anything to her. Yeah, you can lie. You can lie away through. But when you get a guy, you go tell the guy, my father diamond broke out. My man get from me no hotel. My uncle was the manager of Ralphie Airport. Yeah, my people that get Aqua Lab Factory. You say all that thing to us, you agree. You must have living with you to your the next day. No Gary, but your father from the hotel. No other one that uncle get Bolivar party. She also will see it. You can live with it forever. The second day the guy will look at you and say, what can I young boy? She will leave. You can lie your way through. You cannot lie your way to stay. You thought it was that easy to go to the people and say, the man suffering y'all, the man reducing y'all, your spending power. Now you come back. Come on, you just said 51 million. Pam, they just jab you with 51 million. You want to do austerity measure? I thought you guys said you educated and you got all the connection. You say it's not the only funny entity in the world. Hello? You said it's not the only funny entity in the world. Y'all got connection now. Y'all ain't got connection. No job coming in the country. Since Joe Yakin, what a job we not bring? What's the job that we have ever seen? We are running into the 14 months. Okay. Well, we are running into 14 months now. 13, 14. We're running the. Yeah, we're running into 14 months. What am I saying? We're running into 14 months. After 14 months, what has been the job creation that you have in this country? No job. So you can lie your way to power. You cannot lie your way in power. Because the reality will face the people. It will butt them. You saw the last time President Braga said he reduced red price. The people in Wadasa almost jump on him. Because red price reduced, it didn't even increase. There is a difference between propaganda and governance. What you are confronting day and night between 2018 to 2023, you are confronting governance. Using lies, deception, under the canopy of propaganda. Today you are in government. You sit down in the chair now, you see the complexity of the position. All of you are confused. You don't even know where to start from. You said just jab you scary. Why are you not hiring people? But we ain't bring job, he ain't create job. Why are you now? I mean, why are people not being hired? No, why are people not being hired? Say something about it. And by the way, the Seti brother of factory in Gardnersville tomorrow, we will have a dossier of information on them. I mean, terrible things are happening in there, and we're going to be talking about it in the coming days. So let me just say that. But back to the conversation, where are those informations? Right? Where are they now? The things you were saying all around in the country, go, they won't do it. Where are they? You cautioning people for this? No. Why you want to caution people? You have the modality. Work it out. Work it out. Do for the people what you say you will do. Do for them what you think the Georgia administration could not do. You say that jab you. Yeah. Huh? That jab you small. I'm going to submit. But before I submit, let me say this thing to the United Partisans. My friends, I have a lot of friends who are United Partisans. I want to say this to you. And I want to use Obadiah's statement to talk to my United Partisans, especially those of them who are my friends. I want you to take a time and listen to Obadiah. They will go to the phone lines quickly.
So what will solve my problem? To tell you that the party pregnant a woman. Oh, the party pregnant a woman. But I'm working. My woman leaving me. Oh wow. She loving to attack prime minister. How am I ever giving my woman? So your woman loving the minister in the same party? I see why you want to kill yourself. It's not suppression. She loving to attack prime minister. How am I ever giving my woman? So what will solve my problem? To tell you that the party pregnant a woman. Oh, the party pregnant a woman. But I'm working. My woman leaving me. Oh wow. She loving to attack prime minister. How am I ever giving my woman? So your woman loving the minister in the same party? I see why you want to kill yourself. It's not suppression. No, but it really that even carry the complaint of myself. So somebody eating a woman in the party. I will not. If you're going to call me, I will call some of the people. Man, look, let me tell you something. To tell you that the party pregnant a woman. Oh, the party pregnant a woman. But I'm working. My woman leaving me. Oh wow. She loving to attack prime minister. How am I ever giving my woman?
So your woman loving the minister in the same party? I see why you want to say that's suppression. No, but it really that even carry the complaint of myself. So somebody eating a woman in the party. I will not. If you're going to call, I will call some of the people. Man, look, let me tell you something. I cannot debate on family breeding. I'm a man. I will marry and live and go on my own. I'm looking like a family man right now. To tell you that the party pregnant a woman, the party pregnant a woman, but I'm working. My woman leaving me. Oh wow, she loving to attack my minister. I'm not able to give my woman. So your woman loving the minister in the same party? I see why you want to say that's to tell you that the party pregnant a woman, the party pregnant a woman, but I'm working. My woman leaving me. Oh wow, she loving to attack my minister. I'm not able to give my woman. So your woman loving the minister in the same party? I see why you want to say that's suppression. No, but it really that even carry the complaint of myself. So somebody eating a woman in the party. I will not. If you're going to call, I will call some of the people. Man, look, let me tell you something. I cannot debate on family breeding. I'm a man. I will marry and live and go on my own. I'm looking like a family man right now.
Okay, all right. So you heard the guy. This is Obadiah of the Unity Party, a staunch member. By the way, he was the one who was under Colonial Kratokpaka demanding job. He was asking Colonial Kratokpaka to gain job that he was suffering. He needed something to do. Oh yes, he needed a job. He was asking for job. Colonial Kratokpaka to gain job. Let me say this into the Unity Party people. I know most of you are my friends, but because of the politics thing, that you're fighting yourself now. You're we are not president again. So, not talk to you. We're still talking to you guys. We're still cool. We're still good. We're still the way we are. God stayed there. We're moving. Even on the citizen minute you're cussing for nothing in the political thing. So the minutes are still shining past you. But that's not the conversation. The conversation is your government ain't got justification for not giving you job. Read my lips. Your Unity Party government ain't got justification for meaning you with jobs. I mean, ordinary partisans, they do not have it. They don't get no genuine reason for meaning you a job. Ask your government. Colonial Kratokpaka said the 800 plus people who were at the Ministry of State, this Unity Party government, they didn't want them. That they need to go home. The country never have money to pay them. They removed the people from the payroll. 800 plus. Benu Zango then. They removed them from the payroll. But guess what? They have replaced those people on the payroll. They appointed new set of people. Some of the people who they appointed, most of the people who they appointed are not Unity partisans. They are not CDC owned either. They are not from CDC either. But they are not real people who, like all of you say, are doing Joey. No. Instead of giving you the jobs, they should not lie to you that they do not have jobs. Ministry of State alone, they took out 800. They got 800 vacancies. You took 800 people. You said the CDC people, you move them from the government. Who they replacing the people with? Girlfriend brother, girlfriend uncle son, girlfriend nephew, niece cousin. They are leaving you in your destitution and they are appointing their relatives, their girlfriends, and their concubines. Some of them who got Gopa and Pape, they are appointing them. They should not lie to you. Come and go take calls. I just saying that thing quickly so we can go. They should not lie. The Ministry of Transport alone, they were able to free up from the Ministry of Transport list. They were able to free up 207 human beings. Sly away the sneaking people. They're doing the employment. Sly way. They are employing people. Those who they are employing, they are not employing what they call. They're employing personal interest. The minister bring a get, the other minister bring a get brother, the other minister bring. That's what they're doing. EBS, they're doing the same thing. Everywhere that they dismiss people, they are putting people back. But those people who they are putting back, they are not going to use the presence. They are sneaking their relatives, their interest into the spaces. So when you see Obadiah crying, Lord Obadiah, I understand, my dear brother. But the truth of the matter is, that's the nature of politicians. That's the nature of politicians. They should not lie to you. They got opportunities, but they are giving it to their relatives and their girlfriends. That is how Liberians are. And it is terrible. When you're from this party and the party wins, if God bless you and the president gave you a job, say you're the minister of Bobo, that you're the minister for the ministry, they already gave you a job now. For you and your family and your village, that you minister for you and your family and your village, it's okay. But they would take their whole family, their whole everything, they will shop it in the ministry. And leave those of you who are causing man and power for the power. Leave. They want to lie to you, say no space. They got spaces, they are selling it and giving it to their girlfriends and their wives and all the other people they are giving it to. They shouldn't lie to you. They're buffering and they're putting you on the payroll. The president already gave you job. You director to the other place. You managing director to the other place. Instead of going to the men who you use to be printing green t-shirt together, so your men who you struggle. Because the essence of you sucking the people from the Ministry of State, that because you think the sedition. So if you think the sedition that you not be in your government and you move them, which is bad, but because you are a bad government, you do not tolerate other opinion, and you just want to remove them, see you choose to do it, no problem. But after you finish doing it, instead of going to your party now to go bring people, you do it. Your personal relative. So when I even in politics, when I even know politics, they can't even vote. I said some of the people who they appointing, that people who not even got time for politics, yeah? So the moment lie to you, say no, they got opportunity, they are sneaking it to their personal interest. Don't be surprised. One man who you not cost for election bidding in the community, or one guy who you not cost at the getting you're talking to. Don't be surprised. One of the getting who you not cost on Facebook, you say you're doing get to get cost. Don't be surprised. The guy say now in 1 ministry quietly. It may tell say you don't talk, ain't know your solution, don't talk. Just be come here quietly, be taking your thing. I'm gonna lie to you. Obadiah, they got jobs. They don't want to give it to you. That's selfishness. President Biden can give you ministry. And for you to employ other people who hustle for your kind of power, you lead them, you say that only you alone and you and your people there, you just bringing all the other people there, you giving them the job, you forgetting what the people who hustle. They will not lie to you. They are deliberately doing it. That's bad. When the man lobby and suffer for political power, he should be able to benefit. The reward of politics not in having. Nobody will lie to you. The reward of politics not in having. They say, oh, when you join a political party, when our party win, you end up having no. Political reward are not given by Injo Gabriel or Injo Moses. No. The right here on earth. The reward of political struggle, the rewards are right here on earth. All of the rewards are right here on earth. They must stop lying to you. They get job. Look at the kind of embarrassing thing what the man say. You not get a man good job, then your party leaders. The man say your party leaders loving to a woman. You don't get a man good job, then your party leader loving to the man woman. Don't frustration. Oh, like reason why you won't get a cheering job after the cheering insulted president we are in the town free. You don't want to get the job after they risk their life to insult the president, insult Twitter, insult everybody in the country. You get a job. Then the little farmer get in where they get to the horse, you jumping behind the people cheering there. Look at the kind of cyber thing where the man talking. Yeah, kind of cyber thing where the man talking before we go to the line and take calls. Yeah, the man. Look at the thing the man talking.
To tell you that the party pregnant a woman. Oh, the party pregnant a woman. Oh, the party pregnant a woman. A woman. Oh, the party pregnant a woman to tell you that the party pregnant a woman. So what will solve my problem? To tell you that the party pregnant a woman. Oh, the party pregnant a woman but we I'm working. My woman leaving me. Oh wow. She loving to attack my minister. I'm not able to give my woman. So your woman loving the minister in the tea party. So your woman loving the minister in the tea party. So your woman loving the minister in the tea party. So your woman loving the minister in the tea party. I see why you want to kill yourself. It's not suppression. No, but it really here that even carry the complaint of myself.
Okay, the man say even carry the complaint of myself, and I will leave it there. Now the bottom line is, you can't help the man with job. And you jumping behind. So they deliberately choose to abandon y'all. Be giving the jobs to their girlfriend and different small men on the cover. They come back when y'all go talk about the job. There's no job. Y'all got bad. They ain't bad. They are not being patient with their families and their girlfriends and their boyfriends and their girlpals. They're not being patient with them, but they're telling you to be patient. That's what being patient means. You're instructing men a job who can pay your school fee, who can feed your whole family. They will not tell you that thing. Their families are enjoying, their families are doing everything, and they tell you to be patient. They will not do it. They will not try it to you. They're lying to you. Let them get you a job. Let them find opportunity. They sack plenty of citizens. Y'all move plenty of people from the government. Y'all sack plenty of people already. Who y'all replacing the people with? That your partisan? No, they're not partisan. It's not your lawyer partisan. That your relatives. Some of them not even in politics. Some of them not even know politics. Also, use the poor cherry to cost president. We are free. Cost someone to them free. Cost man get them free. Cost built to them free. And time you go sit down. You go sit down. Giving your boyfriend a job. Your co-partner, your co-man, your girlfriend, giving them jobs. And leaving the people cherry who wreck their lives to protect votes. You leave them vulnerable, then you come back and say, you're bad patient. Y'all don't bad no damn patient. They're suppressing you. They don't want you to grow because they want you to be hungry so that they go run behind your woman. That's how they're doing. We'll take break. We'll come back. We'll go take calls on 87.9. No time. We'll take break. We'll come back. We go to the phone lines.
The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Keep it safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime
Stoppers Liberia, the official sponsor of Freedom Radio Liberia and all of our programs here on 87.9. My name is Kind. What is your name? Plethora of issues we've discussed. Grab one that caught your attention. Just one. Just grab one that caught your attention and let's have a wonderful time on it. 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation on 87.9. My name is Kind. What is your name? Where do you join us from? Is exactly what we want to know from you. So by the time you answer, tell us your name and where you join us from. Yeah, that will be very, very okay. Oh my God, this telephone is off. But let's see if we can move on. This person, hello, how are you? How you doing? Hello? Yeah, how you doing? Go ahead, select one topic.
I want to take the issue of the state and sponsor of Unity Palestine.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to see the sponsor of Minister Pia and the Deputy Minister of Minister Daniel. There is not an agreement that we come to on the rescue agenda. When told the city champion on seven the state on Sunday on the state there's no one will start with Santo. So Minister Pia, there is not because your dollar Minister Pia is in the state that today the whole time when they put on that you are not going to stop because you are taking out Minister taking fast time. But there are number one people they are safe about you because it's very important. Your play is not fast.
No, but you don't. Are you a United partisan? Hello. No, you don't have to threaten the minister. If you are a United partisan, you are disenchanted, go to the party headquarters and go talk to the minister there. You'll find remedy. Go ahead, 1 minute. How you doing?
Yeah, my name is Mohammed Karen.
Mr. Khan, let's hear you, sir. Choose your topic. Go ahead, bro.
We are better for no country and no back in the country, so the name of the body who came also. But now, as you can see, you're not recommended to go also. If you can't for catch the bag or do any other thing. So you see, that's going to be what they say, but they seem to also.
Okay. All right, Mr. Khan. Thank you very much. We'll leave you. We'll take the other person. Go ahead, sir. 1 minute. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Khan.
Good afternoon, my dear brother. How are you?
This is David King, and I do jump in from my residence somewhere in Monrovia.
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, this is why we told some of our brothers. You see, Mr. Bwaka, Mr. Bwaka is not a unifier. He's not a unifier in the sense that since he came to power, he has not been able to extend any honest branch. There has not been any honest branch extended to the opposition community. Even his own Unity Party member who were somehow feeling somehow disenchanted of the party. But he claimed to be somebody who loved the country and building like Liberia and thinking Liberia. This is how you build Liberia. This is how you think Liberia. When you your staunch member, insulted the less of Summit to her, Bill Traore, like you say, all the members of the CDC and the political leader, George Manawia. Today, that brother went his personally on a corridor card and said, corridor, you will kill me. You will kill me today. If I don't get a job, I want a job. Now he had an interview with Prophet Key. Yesterday, I saw that on the social media where he said, the party pregnant a woman. He just played the tape. How can the party pregnant a woman when your woman to your house? But I believe what the brother said because how can within a party sleeping with a wife? Because you don't have a job, you looking for a job, you say you made your money fire. You made a Cooper Pastor. Yeah, Cooper Pastor will qualify for your money fire. You're not qualified enough, brother. But you made me. Why you can't make that other brother? Why you can't make me? But you say for something. Those guys who got job in the party, they are not in the party. They are members of the alliance. They are in the bigger share of the cake. And the guy who are there stretching at something called insulting president, we have a day-to-day business. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
President Weah is a true unifier.
Thank you.
Because we did not start anybody from the Union Party or any other party. They remain in government till they sit there in the lab. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. David King, we'll leave you right there. We'll talk to the other person. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Good evening, President Khan.
Good evening, Chief. How are you, sir? 1 minute.
This is the voice of the from So Clear District 4.
Go ahead. So clean. Let's hear you, sir.
It's so pathetic. If you can hear an audio of the United Party crying in the form of man and Marana Obadiah is crying. Then one will say, what more about us? Some of us who don't even believe in it at the election of the United Party. Will we get some votes? Some of them say, if the man who's will be a rescue man who's will be on the train, one of the guys who on the train used to get flat tires to work hard to make sure the guy is changed. If the guy can be crying, the way Obadiah is crying, all on a car, and he even add a taste to it. So now, some of the reason why some of the guys don't power the smaller one is because they'll be so when you want to be grabbing on the side and be like they empower you to be able to give her a need. So they'll keep you at your power. They say that when they call it, they can answer to a call.
Okay.
Yeah, just for open your eyes to some of the reason why those guys don't want to empower some young guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you. We'll take this international caller. Hello, how are you? International caller. Hello, how are you? Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know. Call on the international line. We are not getting you. Are you there? 165. Oh my God. Sorry. We can take that person. They're not getting us. Let's talk to this one. Hello. How are you? How are you, sir? Go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel. Let's hear you.
I just want to actually explain a little bit of something that happened to me starting. I feel like about 40 people who arrested me on a motorbike while the motorbike may escape. Then so I had a pass here in the woman for 10 because of wearing a death of person. He carried me to the depot. I got it to the place that I got motorbike. The town was going to take the hill.
Oh.
When I made for to the full person, I think one of the expert dogs that was sorry, so I made it for his phone. The nigga was a person we are. So you want to make what I say when you let me take it about the power. They say, anyway, some of the power that put up, but people that make it, I got to mess it up. They want to tell me the court, but they'll keep me on it tomorrow for the victim. The moment I got one of them, I put it in the plastic bag.
So we will find time. We will find time on tomorrow to have you explain all of this, my dear brother. We'll find time on tomorrow, please.
Hello.
Quickly, no time.
I want to stay for dinner, but what? I mean, there's some money taken to my left. I will keep talking, keep making this government, anything that goes home to the person. Tomorrow comes tomorrow, they will pay for it. They will never go to your face. Thank you.
We leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing? How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for this is Gao Abraham.
Go ahead.
And I'm part of the foundation I use for my office on the car right now.
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, sir.
I was supposed to have the super now administration. Well,
So hello. That administration was beating. I want to beat them for. I want to move them from power. So you are the one in power now. Solve the problem. That government was beating. They were defeated in 2023. They are gone. You are now in charge. Solve the problem today. Okay, thank you. And so those who got eyes. Okay, thank you. We leave you right there. You made your point. Let's talk to the other person on the. Oh my God, this person slipped off. Sorry, we did not let you go. Let's talk to this other person quickly. We got to go. We don't have the time. We don't have the luxury of time. We got to go. Let's talk to Man Sisi quickly. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Hey, how you doing?
We are great, man. Quickly, no time.
Yeah, oh my Lord, like no time. You do talking for generation to revolution. Then you to me now. It's telling about time.
That your time you eating you.
No, I didn't matter. You won't come to inform me of my bro. I think you won't come to inform me of but don't tell me that this out in mama. Even was a second I can't come to answer about you.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Don't tell me I will call you up. Don't try to say.
Oh, but you know what say you call and say, oh, I say I'll call you over.
No, I say you tell me time. The man say don't tell me time.
Okay, all right,
Give
man.
me the time you got it last one and tell me I want to back on now.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You got the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to sing my little song. I want to stop to. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy that boy on the car talking about his new job. My boy, don't cry.
The message people from the party loving the woman because he not get job.
Don't eat a Jew, eh? See. Oh, and for eating a man, Jew, okay. Try to look at you yourself. Hey, look at you yourself.
No, I ain't got.
What you get to do? You get to fry, sir.
I ain't got opinion in that issue.
For me, I get opinion.
Go ahead.
You can't deny this man, and you can't get his job. Then you go behind the same man back to start eating your Jew left and right in the party. It's wrong. Okay. Let us wait. So say you get paid to family and get paid to family.
I agree.
It could be my son. It could be my daughter will call say what you do is wrong. Your husband is trying for job out there. You not get it. Then you went behind the member to love to party and the leader whosoever who can minister is loving to. It's more like we're gonna condemn it. And unfortunately they're saying that people are loving to a woman. They party turning a woman, that's for disgrace to the party. See, we are for the next time you are drunk. Okay, you are here and take the whole country. Then next time, because we are looking to be quite a broker, because we are looking to a woman, you really want to fit them. And last he came back, you were here, okay.
He even apologize.
He apologized. He can't stop and say, we are sorry for what I did to you. Your God beating me to one end. So I came back to tell the whole world. And I was beating on him when he said it. So we were saying to the Liberian people, let's see for our brother. Let's see for our son. He cried in his job. He fought for the party. They can't stop for the party. He said, oh, he died. He died to sleep. So they said, hello, and then he's running for it. So then I get answer the call no more. It's no reason for them not saying that the boss saying is running the party. If you get a man job, don't come in, don't say they do. I know you go and want to say it's money. But because you not get a job, you still want to provoke it. You want to provoke it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let me go. I want to ask you, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is it you want to invite me on the show? I want to tell you, I want to ask you. Let's talk one-on-one.
We already
I want
agreed.
you to put it up there. Let my phone and tell you, no, if not get paid.
We already agreed that you'll be on the show this week. Don't worry.
Okay.
We leave you right there. Let's talk to this person. Go ahead, Pop. Let's hear you quickly. No time. We gotta go home.
Thank you, okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Pop. Talk back.
I know. Please, after this, I want your loan start number.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You satisfied me this afternoon by telling these people. Then you will get very do you that kind of expression. But this monkey then.
Oh no, Pape, you gotta slow down. They are humans. They are humans. You can refer to them, like that.
Okay, I'll slow down. To remind them that when COVID was in this country, people were still in their various houses, employees.
They were drinking liquor, Pape. I'm small liquor boy, drinking liquor.
And when you see them, all of them were. Their album were turning red, but they were enjoying themselves. But more air they go for their pay. Then you telling all that because you say that they didn't have money at this time, they want to put people down. The law you're not able, don't tell it.
Yeah. All right, bro.
You're not able when your friend doing it, appreciate your friend. But that your people want more. We leave
it right there, but hey, we are talking about we leave it. Let's talk to this person quickly, then we go home. Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
Oliver, how you doing?
We're great. The visually impaired man, Edmond K. Card.
Yes, sir. Hey, you know what, Lassie?
No.
The guy said he get Jozo. You go in party food. You can stay station. And you can stay station. You not go eat party food. You know, that party food, and you get money. President, we are with that capacity. President, we are with that able. You see where we are? And certain water spoon. You don't want to listen to that thing. I say, oh yeah. And you see the money is coming for Black guy. Black guy is refusing to listen to all of the people that supported him to come to the presidency. All that he did wrong against President We Are. The police that supported him, they are asking him to apologize, and he is refusing to do so. Why did you jump up President We Are? Okay, even somebody playing that you are right, all the playing you are right, yeah. They were not all here.
Thank you.
Even amongst the order of the presidency, he is living with private jet. People send private jet. He ran from one country to another. He come back to Liberia. What are you saying today? But yesterday, you said he was using the country money. Yeah, we are now. Social Water Sphere calling on all people. He say, hey, man, I'm done now.
Thank you.
All the people he got me to talk to.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We heard you directly. Let's talk to this person who has been on the USA line. Go ahead, ma'am, quickly.
Hi, okay. This is Victoria calling from Minnesota.
Quickly, you're the exceptional caller. We gotta go.
Thank you so much. Okay, I just want to say something, right? The guy who put your head on the car
The man said party leader loving to he woman. That's what the man say. That he the same person.
Oh, okay. So I think you know that boy not crying for job. Okay, that boy crying because he a woman. That's why he cried. Enough because of the job.
Anything is involved.
I think because the age, yeah, the age, and I think a head. It's thinking head. It's thinking head too bad. Oh, I will never say thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Willen Debbie Wulu. Oh my God, Willen Debbie Wulu slipped off the line. We got to go right away. We got to go. I saw you calling Willen Debbie Wulu. Okay, Willen, 20 seconds, sir. Please, I'm out of time.
Yeah, thank you. The official spokesperson will elaborate, so I'm thank you for the recognition. Hello.
Yes, I'm listening to you quickly. You're the last caller.
Thank you so much, my brother. Oliver, you not did the radio and you say time will elaborate people.
No, I get it tired.
No, you not get time, my brother. Even you know that because you're talking, you know the secret thing coming up. If you're not talking, and then the whole country dumb. But like I would say, everything you spoke about is about violation of the civil rights of people. All the things you've been talking about, whether you're in the party or whether people killing people, they just violating the people right. And that's the wrong time. When I came to rescue this country, they may rescue the country properly. While you are there and doing evil thing, your own biasing one job, you're not getting a job, then you going after a woman. That's the wrong thing that they are doing.
Okay.
You can't people all here and there, can't motorcycle why? This I go yesterday on money by 5 say I got blowing home behind your president. Also you went today, then you hit it there's somebody better, then you put a door here, no whatsoever. That's the wrong thing that the government is doing. Everything that they're doing is wrong.
Okay.
They are heading the people, they're going right, and they're the right of the people, and they must stop doing that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. We leave you right there. We gotta go.
What's up, my brother?
Until we return here on tomorrow, have a wonderful time. God bless you. Bye-bye.
My woman. Oh, the project planning a woman, but I'm working. My woman leaving me. Oh wow. She loving to attack our minister. I'm not here to give my woman. So your woman loving the minister in the party? I see why you want to say it's not suppression. No, but it really that even carry the complaint of myself. So somebody eating a woman in the party. I will not. If you're going to call, I will call some of the people. Man, look, let me tell you something. I cannot debate on family burden. I'm a man. I will marry and live and go on my own. I'm looking like a family man right now. Family burden is coming. One of the first time I'm commending Morata, I'm going to leave. You get me? But every time I tell her, I come and I say leave. So what was up, my brother? To tell you that the party pregnant a woman, the party pregnant a woman, but I'm working. My woman leaving me. Oh wow, she loving to attack our minister. I'm not here to give my woman. So your woman loving the minister in the same party. I see why you want to say it's not suppression. No, but it really that even carry the complaint of myself. So somebody eating a woman in the party, I will not. If you're going to call, I will call some of the people. Man, look, let me tell you something. I cannot debate on family burden. I'm a man. I will marry and live and go on.